Welcome everyone to a crisp autumn day. The wind is picking up. You're about to see it come back soon, and we're going to walk around the area from the Upper West Side towards the Upper East Side through Central Park to see all the beautiful autumn and fall foliage. The leaves are about to fall, so this is like the final weekend. You can really catch peak fall colors. So join me as we explore New York City in beautiful autumn weather. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and let me know where you're watching from. So welcome everyone, nice to see you here. I apologize for being late. The age-old excuse for every New Yorker is that the trains were backed up, and they truly were. There was an emergency brake given at the A and C trains, which I used to get up here, and they were running at a snail's pace. And unfortunately, inside the train, it was filled with many homeless. A few of them speaking to themselves, one constantly coughing. It was a very unpleasant environment to be in. But now I'm glad to be amidst the beautiful fall foliage here in the Upper West Side. And I am trying a new coffee shop that I haven't tried before. It's called Peaky Barista, which is a clear reference to the show Peaky Blinders, which is about Irish gangsters. So let's try out the cold brew and the banana bread. The cold brew they use is Stumptown, so this is pretty much standard in many places around New York City. Yeah, good classic cold brew, classic Stumptown cold brew coffee, pretty much. It's Stumptown isn't quite the most unique tasting. In my opinion, from the bigger brands, the best one is La Colombe. But Stumptown, always pretty good. I like it. But one thing I like about this, I'm interested about this bakery, this coffee shop, is that they actually bake their own banana bread. It's already half eaten because I had a sound issue with the last start of this video. But they bake their own banana bread. Usually places get it from bigger bakeries, so they pretty much all taste the same in most coffee shops. But I'm excited to go to a place where they actually have unique pastries. And they actually have a nice array of other pastries that seemed a lot more interesting. But I wanted to go for the classic banana bread look. Let's try this out. Oh, wow. So yeah, it's very windy. They rock this banana bread. You can actually taste the bananas, which sounds like an absurd statement. But usually banana breads taste like glorified cinnamon bread with a little bit of nutmeg. But this one actually, you have the good fresh taste of bananas. And it's a bit more grainier than other types of banana breads. If you're in America, probably the closest thing I can compare it to is the pumpkin bread from Starbucks. Has a very kind of soft, cakey texture. This one has a little bit of a more bready texture, which is good. Does it have banana bits inside? It does not have banana bits inside. I think it has a few nuts. I think it might have walnuts inside, but no banana bits. That's much more rare in New York City. Oh, this is the perfect fall treat. This is why I associate with fall. Eating good banana bread or pumpkin bread, grabbing a nice coffee. I'm drinking cold brew because of video reasons. Drinking Americano is much more time intensive. I want to kind of get to walking, so cold brew is the best walking and talking coffee drink. And all the fall foliage, and about a storm is about to come. So let's go. All right, I'm going to finish this. Hey, Hasu. Hey, Ron. Hey, Adidas, Maria. Welcome. Adisa. Kay, welcome. Manny, nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lena, JK, welcome everyone to the live video. Peaky Barista. Check it out. I recommend it. On 93rd Street and Columbus Avenue. And in all fall fashion, I was sitting on the pile of leaves. Hey, how's it going? This is Peaky Barista. So check it out. Really cool place. Susie says that table had a forest of its own. It did indeed. It did indeed. So we're on the Upper West Side. I think it's about to start raining, which would be a shame. That was a cool seating area as well for fall. But let's venture into Central Park. Paul, 85th Street. Why would you want me to go 85th? Peaky Blinders or Peaky Barista? Sorry, I said Peaky Blinders. Peaky Barista is the name. Oh, look at the. This is a condominium right over here, Columbus Manor, and look at the public space that they built. Adam says, I hope you have an umbrella. Indeed. I need to take it out. All right, yeah, so it's about to start pouring today. So let me put away my sunglasses and take out my umbrella so I'm ready as it starts pouring and raining. Hey, Swamp Nail, thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, Gary, welcome. Gary, nice to see you here. Welcome, nice to see you here. Hello, Robert. Yes, it seems like it's about to rain. Hey, Adam, right now in Parnassus it's drizzling. Where's Parnassus? Do remind me, is that New Jersey? I like your autumnal Miami Vice look. So I have it is autumnal because I'm wearing a sweater that has like more autumnal florals.
That's really,
Autumnal Miami Vice, I like that. That's very good. What's a good place to get new glasses? My top recommendation is Warby Parker is the best place. I love Warby Parker. The tree is put up in Midtown Manhattan. Oh, Ethan, yeah, you're right. They're putting up the tree. Ah, yes. Yes, you are right, Ethan. Thank you so much for letting us know. I think the tree comes from Maryland this year. Shout out to all the Marylanders out there. I know I have a few that tune in. Have you seen the Jim Henson Museum? I'm not sure what you exactly were referring to. If you're referring to the Jim Henson exhibit at the Museum of Moving Image in Steinway, Queens, yes. I've been to, I love it. I've, for the longest time, have wanted to do a live video there, but they continue to say no, unfortunately, the museum. It rains a lot in New York as it does in Ireland. So Ireland has a whole lot of rainy days a year. Ireland is about 270. I think New York is about 170. I think we get about 100 less rainy days than Ireland. So about half of the year, New York is raining, but Ireland is significantly more.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Cecile, nice to see you here. Welcome. Hello, Colleen. Welcome. Nice to see you here too. Susie says we have 364.5 days of rain a year in Scotland. I wouldn't doubt that. I love those yellow trees. Ron says, what's my 80 synth band name? You can find the Urbanist, Afterworld Urbanist album. When will be your next Euro trip? I think soon. Stay tuned. Might be soon. Do you still rake leaves, Adam? No, I don't personally rake leaves. So here we are in Uptown, Upper West Side. D says sound quality is good. Is your microphone connected to your camera? It is. I'm using a microphone. I don't use it 100% of the time, but I use it on rainy days because, because the iPhone will start sounding very muffly. So using a microphone externally helps combat that. Hey, Garlic, nice to see you here. Sunshine says, when I click to watch the video, it says removed by uploader. Yes, you got the notification for the first attempt on this live video, but the first attempt on that live due to the microphone just dying on me. One of my microphones, luckily I have two. Who is the first one to spot a squirrel? We'll see. Welcome to Jurassic. I want to show you. You walk Greenwich Village someday, KC asks. KC, never. Greenwich Village, I will never walk through. It is the place I never, ever show videos, KC. I don't know. In all seriousness, I cover Greenwich Village significantly. Oh, yeah, no problem. I cover Greenwich Village significantly. So, Casey, just go back. Even last week, there's like 3 videos of Greenwich Village alone. I've done it a lot. This coming back to New York since Ireland. Oh, look how gorgeous this building looks from this direction. So if anyone can let me know the name of this building. It's either the El Dorado or the San Remo, I think. And it was designed by Emil Roth, if I'm recalling his name correctly. Very famous architect from Brooklyn, Jewish American. I believe it's the El Dorado. Thank you so much, everyone. Crimson and Robert. Matt, it looks like the Dakota, but no, it's not the Dakota. Dakota's a little bit further up. Has a similar style. They're all built in that kind of Art Deco-ish style. Is this? I think you can consider. Yeah, you can consider this Art Deco. This is not the Dakota. The Dakota looks very similar. Actually, the Dakota does not look similar. Dakota is actually shorter and a little bit more gothic. Is this the Ghostbusters building? Can anyone confirm? Let us know if this is the Ghostbusters building. But it looks cool from this perspective. I just love the look over here. Wow, it's a beautiful day. I'm actually glad that I'm coming here on a almost about to be pouring rain type of day. I think it's here in Central Park. Looks very similar. Yeah, designed by the same architect. So he designed a few. Adisa says, could you live in Ireland? I don't think I could live there, but I definitely want to go back and spend more time there. So Roland asks, what happened to the mother and daughter duo on the rowboat a few days ago? Maybe they're still circling around the pond. So I've been in a very Upper West Side mood these past few days because I actually binged the entire first season of a show called Only Murders in the Building, starring Steve Martin and Martin Short, which is a great duo, and Selena Gomez is the third star. Really, really great show. If you want to see a great show, Upper West Side, check it out. Only Murders in the Building. Maybe I'll show that building in the short TikTok soon. Ooh, wind is picking up. It's fierce here. As possible. So a few people in the comments are referencing last Thursday's video called Autumn in Central Park, where we went to the Central Park pond and saw a mother-daughter to row their way around. Welcome everyone to the reservoir here in New York City. Look how gorgeous it is. It's a bit hard to see the buildings on camera because of the lighting. It's on Hulu and it's good. Oh yes. This is also the very famous scene from Marathon Man in the beginning. I love that opening shot of Marathon Man, starring Dustin Hoffman. Isn't this the biggest reservoir in New York? Croton Reservoir, which is still in use, but New York is the biggest reservoir, but that is not in use anymore. A lake. Biggest. Says Christine, I'm so excited. Oh, I forgot this has a bad service. Oh. Every time I come here, there's bad service. I forgot. It's because of all the... Wow, that looks epic. Those buildings it does in autumn. So which is the park that's in the central part of very centrally located park, and this is the For reservoir. So pardon me, due to the weather conditions, there is going to be very bad service, potentially. Everyone hit that like, enjoying these videos. Should be the Japanese cherry blossoms, I think. I'm a bit sad. You know, this is a perfectly beautiful place to show you some fall vibes, but there is terrible cell phone reception here. So I'll try to find a different spot. What's your favorite season of year, says Andrew? I've always been a summer person, but I love summer. But I would say second best would be autumn. I like autumn because of the opportunity to layer clothes. It's fun to wear different jackets and different clothes and things like that. And also kind of the ability to walk around without being too sweaty. I mean, sorry, your favorite season. Says Matt. Oh, cool, Matt. That's awesome to hear. Probably one of the more popular jogging routes in all of New York City. It's ideal to wear clothes when it's chilly. Oh, look at that. No. I point the camera at the beautiful leaves and the service goes up. So I'll do a selfie mode. Right over here. Beautiful leaves. There we go. I love fall too, says Bella. I'm so glad you do. Now I watch in full silence, walking in the park. Well, that's awesome, JK. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I think the fence is causing buffering issues. Could be. Let's continue walking around. Biz says, walk or fly. That's awesome. I'm glad he did. Glad he went to Europe. Darla. Darla, thank you so much for the. He says I get reverse seasonal depression. It's Deborah says it's so beautiful. It is. To live in New York. Indeed, I consider myself deep to live in New York. Hey. Up, of course, says Susie. Okay. So I'm gonna go away from the reservoir. I just realized I ended up getting a flashback to many, many videos I've done here where there's terrible, terrible service. George says, am I teaming up with James and Carla? At some point, yeah. It'll be fun to hang out with them again. Look how fast the clouds are moving. MB, thank you so much for 300 stars. That's so generous of you. Thank you so much, MB. 300 stars, about $3. Thank you so much. This is an art right here. Throwing garbage as a New Yorker area. Art. Okay, whether people who are expert meteorologists, not by profession, by amateur meteorologists, let me know how bad is it going to rain? Should I seek cover? I don't have a proper umbrella. I have a tiny umbrella. Should I seek cover? Should I go towards the Upper West Side and show you the rain from a shaded area in the Upper West Side? Let me know. Better reception now. Yeah, I had to move away from the reservoir. I'm not sure why the reservoir has bad reception. Might be the combination of the fence, the clouds, the leaves, the trees, all that kind of combining together. And it's been like that for years. I just remember it now because sometimes you forget where has good service or not. Susan says you might want to do that. Yeah, it's looking like that. Marina says you can handle it. I can indeed handle it. Susie says you'll grow a little bit taller in the rain. I think I might, yes. Can your clothes handle getting soaked? No, they can't. I don't want to get them soaked. Okay, amateur meteorologists, thank you so much for your input. Let's seek some cover, shall we? Let's go find where we can sit down under a nice area that's covered. So let's see. Seek cover, says Alan. Yes, I think it's time. I generally do like going on rainy walks, but I did not prepare for it today. I did not think it was going to rain. The chances of rain were going down as I was checking in the morning. It was very sunny in the morning, so I did not anticipate that it was actually going to rain. So let's go seek cover. Let's do it. How about the former tavern on the green for cover? That's a bit too far away right now for at the moment. Get there. No, oh, I hear the thunder. And the police sirens are always a call. How fast are the clouds moving? Very fast. A storm's brewing, Mr. Wayne. A storm is coming. That's the right. Storm is coming, Mr. Wayne. That's hot dogs in New York. That's what they say. This is the calm before the storm, or the chaos before the storm, because of all the sirens. How about a pub for cover? You know, I wish this was more like Ireland. You can't just. There are of course bars everywhere, but there's not that many pubs everywhere. American bars have a different atmosphere. They feel more. Tend to have the music much louder. Yeah, the seating is not as comfortable as a pub. So yeah, it's a different vibe. Hey, Wendy has come. Thank you so much, Wendy, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Lots of places on Columbus, says Paul. Yep, that's where we're going. So everyone, you're seeing a live run for cover moment here in New York City. You know, there are ways to dress for rain. I would recommend the raincoat and the big umbrella is usually the best way. But luckily in New York City, there's always cover that can be found basically anywhere in the city. Unless if you get hit by the sudden downpouring, which sometimes happens. Scaffolding is good for cover, says Fang. It is, and I've done several live videos under the beautiful cover of scaffolding showing the pouring rain. It's been very beautiful. Dominique, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you, Dominique. Welcome everyone. Raúl dice sabor boricua. Oh, sí. Bienvenidos. Qué bien que tengo boricuas que ven este programa. Ooh, look at those beautiful townhouses. Wendy says, you look great. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. Trying out a new outfit. You already saw this jacket in Halloween. But I bought a snazzy new sweater. I usually don't use sweaters that are not cardigans. And they got a new bracelet. Cecile, thank you so much for 500 stars. I appreciate you. All right, where shall we go? Where on the train can I get here, Sir Sheldon? Sheldon, this is the Upper West Side. So you usually take either the 123 trains or the AC trains, ACBD trains. Wendy says, my bracelet broke yesterday. Oh no, Wendy. No, why? What street are we at? Okay, cool. All right, everyone, food wrecks, go. Let me know. Oh. The pigeons are seeking cover. Don't worry if you see the pigeons seeking cover. You know, if you see the pigeons flying, that's okay. Where you should worry is if you see a horde of rats ascend from the underground out into the street seeking cover. That's when you should really worry. That's when things are getting very serious. Hey, Busy Bee, nice to see you here. You're also New Yorker, Busy Bee? Thank you so much for tuning in. Susie says, oh my God, if you see rats, where you run? If you see rats, all of them running in unison to a particular direction, follow them. Generally, I would not recommend following a rat, but if you see a lot of them ascending from the underground, running in a particular direction, then it would be in your best interest to follow them, as you'll be really screwed. Beautiful places. Right here. Uh-oh, I feel raindrops falling on my head. Now it's starting. The storm has begun.
I don't remember. Thursday, Friday.
Okay, time to take cover. It's about to be fierce.
Yeah, so sounds lovely. Cool.
Hey,
Hi.
table for one, please.
Okay, give me 1 second. The host will be right back.
Cool, thank you so much, everything. Hi, table for one, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For how many?
One.
One?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to sit right there?
Yeah, actually, that would be really cool.
Would you like to sit upstairs?
We'll actually do it here. Yeah, thank
I
you so
think
much.
I follow you on TikTok.
You do? Oh,
Yes.
cool. Oh, thank you
I
so
always
much.
look at it.
Wait, give me
Oh,
one
I'm
second.
glad.
We're gonna move
Oh, you're gonna move him over there. Okay, so I'll just send him over there. No problem.
I'm doing a video, so let me know the best seat that you would
I'll
think.
take you upstairs.
Okay,
I think
alright,
it'll be nice.
okay.
I just need to see your vaccination
Of course.
card, I think.
Thank you so
Follow
much.
me. It's so crazy how you're here.
Oh, yeah. Which one did you see?
I've seen all of them.
Oh, cool.
Yes. I literally follow you on TikTok.
Oh, that's so cool. That'd be great. It looks really badass. In Central Park, but it's about to pour.
Oh my God, yes. Appreciate you. I'll be right back so I can clean it for you.
Thank you
okay?
so much, everything.
I mean, you did sometimes. Like, legally, I was not obliged to work, but at the same time, I had to log it in.
Well, I'm going to feel it's really hard to hire people. Even though you're at an at-will contract. No, I really feel like the at-will means something, but because like I'm gonna have to keep really detailed information about people if I don't like them.
Don't worry about it. I'll clean it for you.
No, no worries.
You
Take your time.
cannot feel until this is clean.
Okay, cool.
I think it's.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I meant like big picture. Firing someone is harder than I realized.
I hope you enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Take care.
It looks like it's such a beautiful. What's your name?
It's Anna.
Anna, nice
I
to meet
literally
you.
have you on TikTok.
Oh, cool.
It's funny.
Comment on the most recent one. I would love to.
I will,
yeah.
okay?
So I know who you are. Thank you.
Bye.
My biggest argument is like, no American support that like Michael and myself are dads off. Another.
Okay, everyone. I will let you know.
You can hear the kids. You can hear the.
I will let you know where I'm at towards the end of the video. So if you know where I'm at, please keep it to yourself. I'll let everyone know towards the end of the video where I'm at. So thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Like, I mean, Jenny and I were actually getting clearer with one another. Right. But I did talk to her and she said this is really great. But we did go, I was like, she said that like you can't, like her initial, like you can't compare all this in the middle. And I was like, I agree with you, but I disagree with you because any other place in Montreal high school but you can't tell me right now. Like my specialty.
Sorry about that, everyone. I forgot that I had on my jacket, so let me put on my jumper.
And so at the end of the day, you're wrong. And this doesn't change where I'm coming from because, like, if you give me 6
I just heard the first thunder crash. Yeah, I wish I could sit outside with a better view, but it's a bit difficult. So this is nice and cozy over here. So everyone, I wish I could walk around outside today. I did not prepare, and that's my apologies. But I hope you enjoyed the restaurant experience. I'm gonna show you some proper Italian-American cuisine, which I actually rarely show. I've shown lots of Italian food, but I haven't shown Italian-American cuisine.
Drink some bottled water or tap water?
I'll have tap water, please. Thank you. Are we having lunch? Yes, we are. Yeah. Thank you so much. And a Negroni, please. Thank you. All right. So everyone, let me show you.
I don't disagree about the middle first elementary, but like middle school and other places.
So again, if you know where I'm at, please keep it to yourself. I will let everyone know where I ate at the end. And they have brunch. A small plate. Truffle fries, oh interesting. They have pastry, ooh.
Definitely is I am first grade,
No, but I know what you're saying in terms of like snacking.
but like give me something.
So Negroni is a cocktail. It's a cocktail.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's an interesting cocktail. I'll show all of you. Let's ask any question before Ariel got to order food. Yeah, feel free to ask me anything. Let me see what I'm gonna get.
With no legal basis, both of them came back and said, like, and they both got paid out. And again, Morgan Stanley can afford it because they got financial corporation. I know one of them, I actually have about 5 and the person who got 60.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to show you two things that are very stereotypical, classic Italian-American cuisine that if you are a tourist, you might not know of yet. If you're based in the US, you probably know clearly what I'm going to order. But two things I think are very special. Ooh, look at this.
My understanding was the two people fired were Mark and boss and his friend. His boss was
The window's open. Oh, so we're going to hear the sounds of the rain. Oh, that's cool.
forever. Like, it would go out drinking all the time.
It's kind of creepy. I like that. Oh, I like it.
Frank to his wedding. His daughter's boss. All his friend.
Oh, beautiful. But Nadota says it's a creepy door yet. I kind of like it. I kind of like that it swung open mysteriously, like if it were a ghost. It's kind of cool because we can hear the sounds of thunder as we enjoy a good meal right here. Terry says I would be sitting in that throne. I would too, but the cushion is really dead. Like the cushion died decades ago, I think. Are we having champagne? Shall we pour you a glass? How quaint, says Glitter. You're seeing the proper rainy day video. This is the great thing about the Upper West Side, is that you can take cover in these restaurants. Okay, everyone, so very popular music is playing. I'm not going to mute it, of course, since we're a restaurant. This is the Smiths. I love them, but they're probably going to copyright me. So this video, again, is sponsored by the Super Urbanist and above. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Press that join button on YouTube. Allows me to continue making these videos despite circumstances where I run into music like this right now, today. Let me change the color so you can see it. Yeah. So despite circumstances like this, I can still make videos. So thank you so much. And press that join button on YT or press that become a supporter button on FB. Those are the ways to support. Just sing along, says, I love the Smiths. This is really cool. Can barely hear any of the music. That would be harsh if they copyright. It depends. It's a really hit or miss. You usually never know. Gives me a John Wick vibe. It is, especially with the cocktail I'm about to order. It is. What are we eating at this afternoon? Gwen, you're about to find out. I'm choosing two things that are very classic Italian-American that I would recommend any tourist to try out here. Especially a proper Italian-American restaurant like this seems to be. The rain is starting to pour. I can hear it from the door. Hey, I like the meatballs. Oh, sorry. Not sure which way you're going. Okay, I like the meatballs and the panella vodka.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you want the meatballs first or just?
The meatballs first. Yeah, that'll be good. I know where you are, but say anything, says Washington. Elizabeth, yes, everyone. Policy on these live videos is when I sit down, I'll let everyone know at the end where I'm located. I would not get an Eggs Benedict. No, not this time. This is not brunch time. Well, it's about towards the end of brunch time. But this is such a nice restaurant. I would not eat brunch in this atmosphere. Brunch is more kind of a brightly lit atmosphere. I hear the rain. It's raining significantly. Maria says good choices. Kay says lunch is on me. Oh, Kay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's so kind of you. Kay has been so kind of her to sponsor a few meals. Kay's Kitchen in Kilkenny series. So thank you so much, Kay. That's so kind of you to sponsor that. Kathy says it looks haunted. It does indeed. I kind of like the vibe. I like that. It looks a little bit haunted. It's like an old school New York vibe. Someone said it looks like a little bit like John Wick. And John Wick takes place a lot in New York City. So it has that kind of old school vibe. It's so cool. I love this. It's like I'm in the backstage of a Broadway theater. Oh, thunder, lightning. Oh my God. I feel for anyone who's outdoors. Stay safe. Stay safe. I hope you're finding cover if you're outdoors in New York City right now. It's intense. Okay, it's getting more intense. Elaine says, look outside. Right now I'm a bit far away from a window. I don't want to peek through the door. Irish Rover says that the clouds are moving fast. Yeah, this storm probably will be in. I might come out of this restaurant blazing sunniness. Perfect timing for Italian dinner. I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I love a good thunderstorm. So everyone, give a huge round of hearts to Kay. Kay is so kind enough. She's mostly tunes in on Facebook. You met her in Ireland in Kilkenny at Kay's Kitchen. Her exclusive members-only Airbnb and restaurant. So Kay, thank you so much for sponsoring this meal. Kay is sponsoring this meal. She's so kind enough to do that. Thank you so much. Chaotic Ranger says, I'm loving the vibe of this place. I am too. I've been wanting to show all of you a classic Italian-American restaurant. I never had the chance to do so because generally they tend to be full at night. And it's a bit awkward to do a live video in a very full restaurant, especially in New York style where people are sat together very closely. So I'm glad we end up getting the opportunity to do a live video here. Ariel, you look so urban. Thank you so much. Yeah. Jumper. It has a different color in the inside. So when you roll up the sleeves, you have this cool effect here. And then I have an entire design over here. So. Is this where the mob deals were made back in the day? I can imagine a similar atmosphere. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm still waiting for a Negroni cocktail. Okay,
Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm still waiting for a Negroni cocktail. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. The meatballs have arrived. So someone says, is this where the mob made their dealing? You can imagine that old-style Italian-American restaurants from the 40s and 50s, some of them might have looked like this, especially the fancier ones that I've shown outside in my Little Italy tours. There's a few restaurants that are really high-end. This is probably how they look like, yeah. Give or take.
Everybody keeps asking what she wants.
So here are the meatballs. So meatballs, first classic thing you can buy in Italian-American cuisine. You find it more here in America than you even do in Italy. So it's usually and a few spices. And look at that. You can tell that this is a cheesy meatball. So these are nice, juicy, juicy balls. Someone says, is it unusual to have a cocktail in the afternoon? In America, on a weekday, it's a bit unusual to have a cocktail this hour. On the weekends, especially in major cities, it's now pretty common to have a cocktail at this hour. Well, of course, you drink whatever way you want to drink. If you go to smaller town America on a Wednesday and order a cocktail at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, you might get weird looks, but not so much here in New York City. All right, some juicy, juicy balls. Let's try this out. Ooh. So it's nice and cheesy. So meatballs always have a little bit of that cheese. They're using a good quality Parmesan, which is nice. Usually it's Parmesan cheese, which is what they use. The meat itself is so good. It's actually really good quality pork. And I love the spices. Some meatballs sometimes can get very spicy and you end up getting very spicy balls. And spicy balls in your mouth is very unpleasant sometimes. But this was just right tasting balls. The sauce as inspired life. So let's try the sauce. This is like their ragu. Let's try it out. Let's see if the balls produce a good sauce. Ooh, that sauce is very salty. Very salty. With all this sauce, you might need protection. Yeah, it's a very good sauce. It's well seasoned, good tomatoes. In America, you can tell that they sometimes compensate a little bit because American tomatoes might not be the best. Oh, thank you so much, I appreciate it. So here's the Negroni. Look at this. So let me finish this thought. In America, you can tell sometimes the tomatoes are not the best quality. They're good, but when you try a proper Italian tomato, you'll see the difference. Sometimes they bring in the tomatoes from Italy. I'm not sure what the case is with the restaurant, but what I noticed with Italian-American restaurants, they kind of compensate, add a little bit more salt or other types of seasoning in order to mask the kind of non-taste that the tomatoes might have here in America. But I'm not sure what the circumstances are exactly with the sauce. It just tastes more Italian-American style where it's a bit heavier in the taste. Which by all means is something I want in this atmosphere. Ooh, and I love the basil that they put on the meatballs. Oh my God. That is delicious. Wow. Great meatballs. People behind you are admiring that you're live streaming. Indeed, yeah, it happens a lot. But luckily this is not Italy, where it's very awkward to live stream in a restaurant. In America, it's more easier to do so. There's so many live streamers in America. Let's try Negroni. Negroni, Campari, vermouth, and some gin. I think is the three ingredients with a orange rind right here. My favorite cocktail. The Negroni, despite it being associated a lot with Italy, is something that was, according to the common story, was invented here in the U.S.
Was that a Chevy logo on
So this Negroni is smaller than your typical kind of Negroni that you find in Italy. Italy, they have a slightly bigger cup, but it's perfectly balanced. Thing is, in the U.S., sometimes Negronis are not done with the utmost respect, and they kind of get the balance wrong. You end up sometimes they even put soda in it, which is, oh, no, don't do that. This is the perfect combination. And delicious. Looks like an old-fashioned. So yeah, Negroni is basically the same vein of an old-fashioned. If anyone knows the name of those cocktails, because this is pure alcohol, there's no mixer in here, so there's no soda, no juice involved in this cocktail. If anyone knows the name of those, Manhattan is similar as well. So feel free to ask me anything as I'm biting into these big, juicy, saucy balls. Served in this beautiful pot makes me feel like I'm having a very good stew. Susan says, good cocktails, I say. So the rain, I think, stopped. So I think we'll be okay once we go back outside. I would like to try a good Negroni, says Lynn. I hope you do, yeah. It could be found in many parts of the U.S. If you're in a major city, just go to a good cocktail bar or go to a good Italian-American restaurant. You'll probably find a good Negroni there. If you're in a smaller town in America, then you might have to go to a bigger city or go to the 1 or 2 cocktail bars that might be in that town. You can try them out. Sometimes you're lucky, a regular bar might have a bartender that actually knows how to make his cocktails, so sometimes that happens. It's not too hard, but a lot of people can easily get it wrong. George says that's not the sound of thunder, it's the sound of hundreds of viewers tuning in at the same time and their stomachs rumbling. Does this taste like a sangria? Asked, who was it? Driss. No, it does not taste like a sangria. A sangria usually has some type of soda or juice in it. Usually, not all the time. Definitely in America, it's mixed with either orange juice or some type of juice. So it's a lighter cocktail. If you have like a harder sangria, it's just wine with triple sec and sometimes brandy. That's a very hard sangria. It starts tasting a little bit similar. Neil says, do you prefer sweet or salty balls? That's a good question, Neil. It's, I think, a very fair question to ask. Sweet or salty? I prefer salty balls. I'm not the fan of sweet balls. Glad you're enjoying your meal and drink, says Maria. Thank you so much, Maria. But I'm here for all of you, so feel free to ask me any questions, what you like to know about New York or about food. This is not about me. This is about you. So feel free to ask me anything. Wendy says, oh my god, salty all the way. Do you prefer sangria is one with fruit? Sometimes the most basic sangria is wine just with fruit. That's like a very boring sangria. I usually will at least put some juice in it and some sparkling wine, some Prosecco, to make a lighter sangria. But I am a huge fan of that classic hard sangria. As I mentioned, it's wine, brandy, and triple sec. Triple sec is like an orange liqueur and then a bunch of fruit. You can make a sangria basically any style. You can also make it like a Puerto Rican style where you put pineapple, and maybe a little bit hint of coconut juice. And Wendy says she can't breathe. If someone can get Wendy, please, oxygen tank. She can't breathe right now. What is the most special thing about New York City during the holidays? It's the vibe. I love the decorations, the beauty of of New York City, how everything looks in terms of tourists coming from all around the world, admiring the lights and the Christmas cheer. I think this is the best part of the holidays. That kind of that wonderment. I think if we were to get a little bit more deeper about it, New York and Christmas or the holidays brings wonder. You feel good. You feel like the world is much bigger. Especially if you're from an area that's not a major city. Coming to New York in Christmas time is like walking into a real life movie. That's Christmas in New York City.
Right, like, which means like you're number 2, like when you
Joanne says you're looking good. Thank you so much, Joanne. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
statistically speaking, doesn't take away.
When will the next? What is the next dish? You'll see. You'll see soon. Enjoying the caperina now, says Kira. Oh, I'm so glad you are. Thanks, says I will send the oxygen tank over to Wendy. Thank you so much. Wendy's tuning in on YouTube and having issues with breathing. Not seriously, joking around. All right. So the waitress asked me, do I want the meatballs with the meal? Because you can combine them, but you can also have them as an appetizer. What was your appetizer? Big, juicy meatballs covered in a beautiful sauce. Susie, I'm so happy you're watching with your friend Joanne. Thank you so much for tuning in. Inkspire says, have I spent Christmas in other countries? That's a great question. Only other place I've experienced Christmas has been in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican Christmas is very lively. There's a lot of partying going on. There's a lot of music and salsa. Salsa there's Christmas salsa. So salsa is the typical Puerto Rican music. You probably heard salsa. People just might know as Spanish music if you're from other parts of the world. There's an entire genre of Christmas songs done in that style, which is really cool. It's very different from your typical American Christmas songs, which are more slower, kind of old style, like Frank Sinatra songs and Jingle Bells. And then you might have the more lively pop ones, but they're very few, like the Mariah Carey ones. But I love the music in Puerto Rican Christmas. Also, Puerto Rican Christmas they really take food very seriously. A little bit more serious than American Christmas. So there's pasteles, which is these basically mushed pork, plantains, garlic, wrapped in plantain leaves and then boiled. It's really good. So I haven't spent Christmas anywhere else, but I'm very tempted to, someone earlier asked, what's the next destination? I do want to show you another destination. That's what I'm here for, show you cool places around the world. I'm very tempted to show you a place in December. And I'm very curious what that place looks like in Christmas time, so stay tuned. Zito says, yummy, Feliz Navidad? Yes, indeed. That's how you say it in Spanish. Feliz Navidad. Puerto Rican Christmas are happy and longest ones. So Puerto Rican Christmas actually lasts all the way until mid-January, with Three Kings Day. Toe says, are you and Action Kid competing today? Me and Action Kid are in a fierce competition. Action Kid and I are born nemesi. Not enemies, but more than that, nemesi. We are battling for true live streaming supremacy. So who will win today? Me or Action Kid? I'm joking, of course. It's awesome, the action. Oh, it's very good. Thank you so much. Yes. How's it going?
Okay, panera.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
Appreciate it. I'm joking, of course. Action Kid is an awesome guy. I really appreciate his work. I try to. There's a lot of New York City live streamers out there nowadays, and I do my best to show you a little bit of a different version. It might not attract massive amounts of views as more of the kind of straightforward approach that my colleagues do. Some of my colleagues do, but I kind of want to show you something a little bit more like hanging out with a friend that loves history and culture and traveling. So it's like if you were hanging out with Anthony Bourdain. Of course, I'm different personality from him, but you could just imagine if you were hanging out with someone like Anthony Bourdain, live discussing food and stuff like that. Not like those IRL streamers that are a little bit more all over the place. So that's, let me know if you enjoyed my style. So, the meal has arrived. This looks really good. I'm super hyped for this. So, in Italy, this would be blasphemy. You cannot have this meal in Italy. They might kick you out of the country. And no, it is not pineapple pizza, because this place does not have pineapple pizza. I wish they did. It's not as offensive as pineapple pizza, but it's still a faux pas. Because in Italy, you never mix cream with your pasta. But there is a massive exception here, because this is not Italy. This is America. In America, we have proper Italian-American cuisine. And we mix our cream with our sauce. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the penne alla vodka. If you are a Spanish speaker, that might sound like a very uncomfortable thing to say, because penne means something very different in Spanish. Penne alla vodka. Basically penne, which is a type of pasta, not the Spanish kind. Get your minds out of the gutter. It's a ragu mixed with cream. Key is to get the right cheese, to get the right cream, hopefully, and also have the perfect sauce. It's all about balance. Similar to a great Italian meal. But here, of course, they're doing something blasphemous, which is the use of cream. It says, you have a very refreshing style. This dish. This restaurant is actually not too bad for this area. The meatballs are 12. The dish is, I think, 16. So it's actually not that bad for this particular area. Manhattan is going to be more expensive just in general. You can eat, I think the cheapest you can eat at penne alla vodka is in the outer boroughs, and you have to go to like a pizza shop. And then you can get penne alla vodka for maybe $10. All right, let's try this out. Penne vodka with the side of meatballs. Yep, classic Italian-American cuisine. Italians look away. Fair warning.
And no one else really like all the emotion.
Have you seen the Google commercial about Loretta with the
Oh yeah.
he's like remind his wife about things she
It's basically the no word.
At the Super Bowl, we were together.
Oh yeah. Marina says, I have the sweetest giggle. Thank you so much, Marina.
She's bawling. Todd's bawling.
Mind you, I was like 6 months pregnant.
She's crying.
This is perfectly balanced. Wow.
What's my favorite flower? True question. I don't have one.
So penne alla vodka, if you go for something more,
Keep the meatballs right now.
yeah, I can still keep it with this. Penne alla vodka, which is if you buy in a pizza joint. So in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, many places around this area of the U.S., you can go to a pizzeria and order plates of food. One of the staples is penne alla vodka. Penne alla vodka and those type of joints are going to be very cheesy, very creamy. Very creamy. Not cheesy, creamy. But this one is a bit more saucy. And that's why I like a good penne alla vodka. I don't like the super creamy penne alla vodkas.
I remember I was hysterical when Don was also hysterical. We like,
Where's everyone else's shit?
Wow. And the pasta is cooked al dente, so it has a little bit of bounce back. Balanced penne alla vodka. So some places, the higher end places, which I haven't shown yet, but some places do it like a little bit spicy. This one's not spicy. It has a tiny little kick, but it might be because of a little bit of pepper. That's it.
I kind of miss glasses in like an accessory. I feel like they're cute.
Has a proper freshness to it.
They're annoying when you can't see.
Adam says, I'll have, I Love Glitter says, I'll have what she's having. Yes, there was a audible sound in the background. Adam says, do you prefer more cream or more tomato sauce? More tomato sauce, in my opinion. I love when they do it spicy, Ratch. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice when they do it spicy. There's a great place, if you want to try a more spicier penne alla vodka, go to Deco. Nice meal on a cloudy day. Is it rainy meatballs yet, says Sil. No, not rainy meatballs, not yet. I think the rain stopped.
Nobody could ever believe it.
I think fine. Like I like it.
Yeah, that was probably
Ron says, I need some Italian gestures. Ron, forget about it. We're in America. We don't use Italian gestures here. Forget about it, Ron. If this was Italy, I would be going.
I can't believe what I'm doing, literally.
I just remember, like, I'm not big on.
Wendy says Ariel prefers more sauce. Yes, sauce. Like, if I want to speak very new. You do not know how. You do not know unless you look outside, says Adam. Adam, that's a very deep philosophical question. How can I know it's not raining if I'm not looking outside? Well, I am indeed, Adam. I have actually a nice little doorway to the outer world.
That retreat, first year at the classroom, truly.
No rain.
So I don't do well in spaces that are like not mine. Like I'm a waker no matter what. Like I'm waking up early. I might go back to sleep, but like I'm awake. I'm gonna be awake. And like when we were there, I woke up and
I love this chandelier.
like out my bed.
That's that big chandelier.
So I go. Yeah, it's lucky for you. You're so privileged and. The shower, the tub,
Put this down. I'm gonna put the sauce.
but it started like coming out black. And I was just wanting to take a bath because I'm like, if I'm up at 4:55, like I might as well take a bath.
The pasta would cut down the saltiness if the meatballs. The pasta would cut down the saltiness of the meatballs if combined, says Veronica. That's exactly what I did, Veronica. I just combined the meatballs with the pasta.
I go out to like the deck area.
The greatest of all time. Oh, Maybe says, you're fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad, Maybe, that you're enjoying this. Everyone, slam that like button right now. Let me know if you have any questions or curiosities about Italian American cuisine. Of course, I've been eating it my entire life.
So like my tub didn't really fill up. It was like 5:30 by the time, whatever.
If you're in New York City, have at least one Italian American cuisine. There's of course like Italian American place like this one, which I'll tell you when I go outside. Are you having dessert, says Neil? I don't know. It's up to all of you.
Kids must truly listen to like.
I gotta finish this though.
No, I'm like everyone's and Nick and I thought Vita with a male's name.
People says this is weird. This is funny. Seeing someone sitting.
He gave me the heads up. He is gay.
Andrew says.
And I was like, Nick, who's your I was like, oh, Vita, like, what's his, like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, she. And I was like, that's great.
I think it's stereotype. Oh, that's fair. He's fully comfortable and like
It doesn't matter because he's a homosexual.
Depending on Boca, right there with the meatballs that are left. And Negroni.
And they were saying, like, you,
we're not talking about gender.
like, such bad.
Veronica says, do I ever let out a big belch? First of all, that's considered rude in the U.S. I'm not sure. I think there's a few cultures out there where it's a bit more acceptable. Veronica, I know that you're from the U.S., so you probably already know that. But yeah, it's considered rude in the U.S. to do that. So no, I wouldn't do it. It's happened a few times accidentally, of course. We're all human. Is the panna homemade? I can't tell for sure. I don't know if they make the pasta. The pasta tastes good, but I can't tell if it's homemade. I would say no. I would say potentially not. Susie says, I would think I would stop watching Ariel if he let out a big belch. Is that Manhattan cocktail? No, Dave. Very similar, Negroni. But you can order Manhattan basically everywhere in Manhattan, in New York City.
You're not enamored?
Do you have room in your stomach, says Adam. Maybe. Wasn't banana bread your dessert? Oh, it was my breakfast. You are equal to not, if better than Anthony. Oh no, I cannot claim any to be better than Anthony Bourdain, but I'm so glad you enjoy my particular style. I wish you again a good end of the meal. I'm leaving with my darling. I hope you have a nice evening with your real friends. Thank you so much, Jade. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. Dave says, oh. Okay. So feel free now, ask me literally anything about travel, Urbanist, New York. Avocado toast for dessert, says Iceman. That's a brunch or breakfast item.
In July, he has an interactive math lesson starting. So classes can you guys read twice? Sure. Not the model. Which meant like...
Ron says, shows how much you love masticating. Yes, indeed. Public mastication.
But then, one of the grades when we started interactive math early, they didn't...
Susie, nice to see you here. Welcome. Your style's so good, says Wendy. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. I appreciate that.
However...
Thank you so much. I'm truly, truly in love with this. This is a really good pasta meal. Highly recommend it. Do you know Porti Profiterellos there in the U.S.? I don't know what that is, Cuba Libre. Tiramisu for dessert. I'm not sure if they have tiramisu. Was it on the menu? I saw banana pudding on the menu.
Another wedding.
Veronica, I'll let everyone know what restaurant I'm at the end of my meal. If you already know it, please keep it to yourself.
And then his friend group.
Matt says, don't go to Portugal, the internet connection is bad. Oh no, I hope my friend Walk Ride Fly is doing okay. I didn't see it. I thought they might have. Yeah, well, tiramisu is pretty common, but actually did not see it in the menu. Iceman says tartufo for dessert. I'm about to eat pancakes with sunny side up eggs on top, says George. Oh, cool, George. That's awesome. Nutella calzone for dessert, says Driss. Oh no, Driss. That might be intense. Rockbot flies using Tim from Italy in Lisbon. He should use a SIM card from Portugal rather than using a SIM card from another country. It wouldn't work too well. I'll have limited data. Recommendations for a family-friendly meal around Bryant Park, says Inspire Life. Ooh, great question. For something a bit more casual, I really like this pizza place. It's not a restaurant by no means. It's more kind of fast casual. It's called Stone Bridge Pizza, I think it's the name. Stone Bridge Pizza. Those guys actually sell very freshly made, so expensive. If you want something a little bit more fun, go to Mexique. Mexique finds cuisine. Really good queue. And would I go for anywhere else? I'm not sure. Those are the two. Oh, for family friendly, but I'll just put this out there. If you are on a date or it's an anniversary with your significant other, or you're with a friend and you're really celebrating a great time, you have something really big to celebrate, I would recommend splurging at Gabrielle Caruth. It's right in front of Bryant Park. It's a 2 Michelin star restaurant, and it is one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. I actually have a live video of the entire meal. It's really cool. Gabrielle Caruth. It's a high-end restaurant, multiple course meal. I think I had like 6 or 7 courses. Cynthia says, what about the grill at Bryant Park? I have not tried that. Let me know how the grill at Bryant Park is. Hey, Arjan, nice to see you here. Welcome, Arjan. Inspire Life says, awesome, you're the best. Oh, thank you. Okay, everyone, I'm nearing the end of my meal over here. Let me know if you have asked me anything about life. I'll open up the questions to anything. Gotta go, Susan Ariel. Hey, Famous Dundee, thank you so much for tuning in on Twitch. Everyone, followers on Twitch, which is a big deal actually. Twitch is very hard to grow. So I'm actually very pleasantly surprised I crossed 250 followers on Twitch. But I also have bigger news. On TikTok, I crossed 400,000 viewers. 400,000. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in on TikTok as well. Don't forget dessert. Okay, everyone. I think a lot of people want to see dessert. I'll show dessert. Rach says, do you miss Europe? I do. I particularly miss Europe as I was taking the subway to start this live video. I would have been at the location I wanted to start, which was that coffee shop, about 20 minutes earlier than 1 p.m., so at 12:40, give or take. But the train had emergency brakes in another stop, so all the trains were backed up. And the train I got on was going at a snail's pace through the tunnel, and I was surrounded by like 4 homeless people. One of them talking to themselves, having a full epic conversation by themselves. I was shocked how great the conversation skills of this one guy was with himself. there was another guy sneezing, and there was another guy coughing all the time. And I'm sitting here in this subway car. I can't go to another car because they're locked in some of these cars. And I thought to myself, yeah, I really want to do more Europe. But you know, things like this in New York, could be a very polarizing place. You can experience something like that, very unpleasant atmosphere, and in an hour you're here in this beautiful area.
It was a comical back and forth because it was really like.
So that's the beauty of New York.
Obviously, I have great things to say, but I also have like nothing to lose. Like, you're not gonna come at me at all. So like, I'm gonna come at you a little bit more. Like,
Yes. What do you recommend for dessert?
I would say the tiramisu is house made and it's really great. And
Oh,
then
cool.
also the Nutella calzone. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little heavier.
Oh yeah.
But it's stuffed with Nutella and product cheese.
Oh, interesting. I don't have the space for the calzone, but I'll have the tiramisu, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm Mario set. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
So they do have tiramisu. I misread everyone. Always happen on the subway. Yeah. It happens on the subway. Road Trip Company says, hey Ariel, how about having a dinner with a subscriber every month through a chosen draw? Wouldn't it be fun, don't you think? That's an interesting idea, Road Trip. Thank you.
I never heard about that until I had a kid.
So she recommended the tiramisu because it's homemade here, or Nutella calzone. I assume the other two desserts, they're probably hiring a baking company. The other one was was banana bread pudding. Dutch Mom says, dang, Ariel eating like a king. Hey, Dutch, nice to see you here. Everyone, consider following Dutch Moms. If you want to know where this type of food it comes from, or not comes from, but like the neighborhood of like typical Italian Americans, Dutch frequently visits those neighborhoods. So he's frequently in southern Brooklyn. He goes to Bay Ridge and Bensonhurst a lot, who are two authentic, still really authentic Italian American neighborhoods here in New York City. So consider following Dutch Malls for southern Brooklyn content. Of course, he explores all around New York, which I actually don't manage to do too often. So follow him, Dutch Malls on OIT. Thank you so much for tuning in, Dutch.
I love Sasuke. Like, listen, dude, you know, like, Critter doesn't have to, she'll control that shit.
Rebel says, Ariel, I was stuck with this woman doing a Joaquin Phoenix Joker impression in a train car in a pitch black tunnel. Oh no, Rebel, that is terrible. I'm so sad to hear that. Hey, where are you, Janina? You'll see it at the end of my meal. I'll show you the name of the restaurant and the front. Congrats, and then we're going to walk around for about, just to round out this video, I'll show you a little bit post-rain New York.
I remember that shit.
Congrats on 400K on TikTok. Hopefully they'll go over to YouTube. Yeah, it's not as easy to have followers transfer over, but it does a little bit.
The social studies.
Will there be more wandering after the food? Yes, I'll do about 30 more minutes of wandering around.
Either. So with like the fourth grade team,
It was quiet thunderstorm, says Radun. I missed it entirely in this beautiful, cozy restaurant as Mumford & Sons is playing. Or Of Monsters and Men is playing.
I've already told this.
Show us the bracelet, please, says Wendy. Yeah, I ended up getting a new bracelet.
Now I want you to like agree. No, just agree with my model. And this is what I'm doing to launch a
There we
unit
go.
because like I agree with your style, but you're unable to execute it, and I cannot listen to you complain in my ear one more time.
Ratch says, with all going on in the world, do you ever feel in danger doing lives in public? So you have to take this into context. I like doing videos of places that tend to be touristy, tend to be places you would go as a tourist. or like ancient sites that people don't know about. So those are like the two things I do, or landmarks. Most landmarks in most cities tend to be in nice neighborhoods. It's very rare you'll find a very interesting historical landmark in a very bad neighborhood in most of North America and also Europe, especially Western Europe. So that said, I'm usually always in nice neighborhoods. So I tend to feel safe in those nice neighborhoods. The reason I have a policy of not saying my restaurant name is because I like giving my all utmost attention to the people tuning in live. So I'd rather not have no one really come as I'm eating, so please don't. And I love giving my utmost attention to people tuning in live. Puerto Rico is an island in the Caribbean. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. It's gorgeous. That's all, yeah. That's all for now. Thank you. Zito says we don't do dark alleyways too much. No, so I'm not type of content creator like my friend Action Kid. He's a bit more adventurous in certain cities. Or Bold and Bankrupt, who goes to more adventurous countries, period. I don't tend to do that. Because for me, I'm about traveling calmly. I want to feel relaxed in a place. It's fun to go in an adventure, but that's not the type of videos I want to show you. I'm not Indiana Jones. I'm not Bold and Bankrupt. That's not my style. My style is, I kind of want to show you a nice place in the city. A place filled with wonder, with ease, with beauty, with relaxation, with history.
It's not whether this is bad or not. It's already bad.
So here it is, the tiramisu.
I would only be mad if I asked if I have a sugar number how many say.
That is a huge tiramisu.
My whole thing is if I'm going to invite
This is definitely made for up to 4 people. Look at that. Wow. Great layers. I like the huge strawberry on top. Nice touch. In style, because it's 3 times bigger than you will find in Italy. A lot more use of cream and a lot more use of like this chocolate drizzle. It looks yummy and fresh. It does look very fresh, yeah. And it's a big, big portion. This is a very good value restaurant in the Upper West Side.
all my friends were in med school.
Alright, so that's it.
So nobody had like no strippers, no like little ones.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not saying it. I mean, my friends paid for a stripper to see. I'm not mad.
Ooh.
My friend literally is there at that. We were at a pool party and we had Sash board. My friend wrote on Sharpie on my chest.
The tiramisu is cold, which is the purpose. Tiramisu is served cold, but the drizzle is hot. It's warm. Warm drizzle on top of a nice cool, beautiful, nice and velvety and cloudy and fluffy tiramisu. Oh, that's a good combination. I rarely find a tiramisu with some warm drizzle on it. Is it storming? I think it stopped, Lois. That's gorgeous. Very good cream that they use. The cake itself has a nice liqueur to it. It's nice and moist. Let's try the cake on its own. Ooh. They put a lot of liqueur in that cake. Joe says tiramisu means pick me up in Italian. Oh, thank you so much. Tiramisu, pick me up. They put a lot of liqueur in that sponge cake. Very, very spongy. Actually, I would just have the sponge cake alone in this tiramisu. But the cream itself, they did a really good cream. So the cream is like a mascarpone, I think it is. So it's a bit of a kind of a denser cream. And the top has a sprinkling of coffee. I think they have coffee also sprinkled in the middle layer. So that combination of coffee, the cream, the liqueur that they use, all that combined together is delicious. Wendy says, is it moist? It's very moist. It's very moist.
That's what I said. I think that's how you frame it. Is like why the
We traded getting wet outside for getting moist inside. I hope that's an okay trade-off with all of you.
I had some in mind, so I'm not saying it in any type of way. I'm just like,
wait, I needed to like the sandwich for that shirt party, and they have sugar.
I love eating into this moist cake.
With a jar of honey. She said it was like borderline.
I can eat into this moist cake all night. Wow.
It was like Hannah and like his manager. Yeah, and she said
Oh. All night long. Wow. That's good.
and they were all just like sitting.
Kay says, I'm drooling. Nicole says, oh gosh. You can look at that. Now it's good. Says Jimmy, yeah. The top itself is slightly caramelized. I'm not sure how they did it. It's slightly caramelized. Zito says, good description, bro. Dig 'em. I'm glad you do. Dutch Jamal says, best comment on the live stream today. Oh my god, you should share with someone, says Adam. I should. Maybe I'll bring a special someone to this restaurant at some point. This is a great date spot, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend it. This is an excellent date spot. You'll see the outside soon. Blowtorch. I think they might have used a blowtorch to slightly caramelize the top. It doesn't quite taste like a creme brulee. It's just like, just slightly caramelly.
Living, I was on this boat and
Wow.
it was weird.
Nicole says, I want to have this tiramisu now. Do they serve lunch? They do. They have brunch and they have pizza, which is a bit more of a lunch-friendly meal.
But she saw your jawline.
Wendy says, me, please, with the moist. Tiramisu is supposed to have ladyfinger biscuits. Yeah, it depends. Not all tiramisus have that ladyfinger biscuits, I've noticed. This one is just sponge cake. I kind of like it. It's not, it's filling, but it's not heavy. It's a big pain watching you eat tiramisu, says Cuba Libre. Hey, Shelly, nice to see you here.
She was legitimately like on, and then one of the
All right, one more bite. Last bite, everyone. Tiramisu, right over here. I'm guessing this lunch is over $50. It might be around there. Yeah, I think that might be the range. Cheers.
They allowed me, like, I paid $600 for unlimited drink pass, like, they were gonna get the shit, and then they gave it back to me. But yeah, like, so I was like very much like, yo, captain's office, we are not taking it back.
Wow.
So I was like, yo, Deborah, I'm gonna take you back. So
Deborah?
Her name's Deborah.
That's my mom's name.
So like,
That
Debbie.
generation. Debbie's also her name.
Biting into this
It was like, Debbie, I'm taking you back to her.
You were with a Debbie.
has transported me immediately to the Lower East Side
Take her back to her
in the
room.
1950s.
And I'm like, all right, you gotta go to sleep. Like, I got into the room.
And I'm waking up and my Italian Nonna, Italian-American Nonna, who's already lived in the US for like 3 generations, has had this tiramisu recipe handed down, and she always says that she has it coming from her little town in Sicily. And it's a family secret recipe. And she's making it for later in the day, but she hands me off a tiny little piece early in the morning. She's like, here, take a little bit, take a little bit.
I walk out and I'm like,
And this
at this point, like, I'm very
is how that feels. I am not Italian American. I did not grow up in the Lower East Side, but that's the feeling I get with this. Oh yeah,
And I'm like, no, man. No. I saw you walk there and you were
that's
out.
amazing.
2 minutes later, you're fine. So Jamie Poole.
Turns your back.
Yeah, it's like
Adam says now you gotta burn those calories on your walk. I don't worry too much about burning calories because I just walk so much.
Bianca texted me, hey, I heard Parker.
Wendy says, I hate the dessert. I hate this dessert. You hate tiramisu, but I make it sound so good. I'm glad I can somewhat convince you to maybe try a tiramisu again.
Parker had X hat.
Lucy says I'm a culinary poet. Thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate that. I do my best.
She thought I was on to
Ooh, nice breeze coming in.
no idea.
I thought that she was gonna find out, like through like word of mouth, like what happened. So I was like, yeah, this is what happened. It's back. Literally,
You
this,
guys about her up,
like this is. I was like, sure, like, she was drunk. She was embarrassed because the next morning, we like again, she was rooming with my college roommate. She was back to breakfast and because of what happened. She remembered it. She was like, oh, fuck. And I went to the room and I said, Debbie.
Oh my god.
For someone who doesn't see so well anymore, you describe it so well. Oh, Mater, I'm glad I can describe it well audioly. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad these descriptions help out.
What made it challenging is, like, Bianca,
I think many people out there in the world take our senses for granted, but you have to realize that not everyone can see so well, not everyone could hear so well, and then on rare occasions not everyone can taste or smell so well. So especially with this previous pandemic, that was one of the symptoms. So I think it's important to not take any of these senses for granted. Whatever sense you have, don't take it for granted. And if you're like someone like me, I know there's countless people out there in the world that are like myself that could describe something visually. Oh, it's very good, yes. I'll have the bill, please, thank you. Who can describe it so well. Do it. Do it. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with the world. If you are in this business of entertaining, you know, someone like Anthony Bourdain, it would have been terrible if he would deprive the world of his talent for a few decades, or many other great entertainers out there in the world. So if you have the ability to describe it, do it. If you have the ability to write about it, like Ernest Hemingway did with his book, A Movable Feast. Yes, thank you so much. So I'll show you the total. Let me show it to you now. If you have the ability to write about it, do it. If you have the ability to paint it, do it. If you have the ability to cook it, do it. If you have the ability to make a perfume out of something that causes someone to remember something, do it. So don't take anything for granted, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the total. So you can actually pay online, view, check, and pay now. So you can actually pay some of these restaurants. And the total was 53, so someone got it almost right. My mother had no sense of smell. Oh, okay, yeah. This sucks. Negroni was 12, meatballs was 12, penne alla vodka was 17, and tiramisu was 8. There we go. And then here in America, of course, it's normal to tip, and this is what they recommend for tip. If anyone wants to contribute to the tip, I'll give 50% of your contributions towards the tip. Feel free to do so. Always happy to open it up. So yeah, feel free if you want to leave a super chat or a stars. I'll leave part of that. All right. decent for hardly. It is very good price for Upper West Side. We're in a very expensive area of Manhattan, so yeah. That's right over here. Thank you. Marina says, I think that's a great price. I think so. We're in the Upper West Side. We're right by the Museum of Natural History, so this might be a good bet if you're going to that museum with family. We're right by Central Park. We're right by the New York Historical Society. And of course, there's a lot of historical landmarks all around this neighborhood. So this is a very, very nice neighborhood. If you were to go to, you can't really find too many cheaper restaurants. I think the cheapest you can go in this area is probably go to a Shake Shack, where there's one right by the Museum of Natural History. Probably the less expensive. You'll go super budget, you have to go to a deli, which could be pretty good as well. But for sit-down restaurant, I think this is a good price.
I'm so happy for you and Bianca. You guys have this strong relationship. I've known you guys for 4 years, and you guys have been great the entire time.
FHL says, my mom had to have all of her food pureed because she couldn't swallow well due to the medication that's harming her throat. Yeah, please take nothing for granted. My condolences for your mom, FHL. That's sad to hear. Yeah. I have a family member who's struggling a little bit with teeth and biting for granted. So yeah. How to scan the QR code? You don't need an app. You just need a phone that can scan QR codes, and it'll lead you to a website, and then you insert your credit card information into the website. Wonderful, thank you. And you were right about the tiramisu. Amazing, yeah. Thank you so much for a great service as well.
So my friend Latina, who's my size as well, sees me like struggling, and we basically like hold him down, slow him down, to be like, all right, let's get you back to your room. We get him to his room. He starts speaking gibberish. His roommate comes back. His roommate on the boat comes back with a girl.
Bananas from Chicago says, Deb, I think you're watching the beginning. If anyone can let Deb know to press that live button. I think she's watching from the beginning. Everyone, round of hearts to FHL's mom. I hope you feel better, FHL. Thank you so much, Maria and MDN, for the super chat. Ronald says, I recommend watching Jaycation, Filipino YouTuber in San Diego. Jaycation, cool. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I think he collaborated with Action Kid, which is very nice. Thank you so much for sharing your tiramisu experience. My pleasure. I'm gonna finish this because it's so good. I have 2 more bites left. Oh my god. Wow. Are you guys ready to go outside? Okay, everyone, I have to take a commercial break. This restaurant seems pretty chill, so I'm gonna leave the camera here. If someone steals it, please scream at them. Please, like, yell at them very forcefully. Be very firm in your comments, saying, hey, don't do any of that. I'll be back. Keep it one. How rude you didn't introduce us your invisible friends in short. All right, all right, cool. Thank you.
But you are shit, so like, I wouldn't know. I want to know what my Chase recording? What are you recording? I explore cities around the world. Yeah, I do live videos. Live right now? It's live right now, yeah. Still live. Yeah. Where are you watching from? I mean, where are you coming from? Here, New York. In New York. Here we go.
Hello. The food here was utterly spectacular. Fantastic.
Oh,
really.
you had unlimited mimosas?
Oh yeah, unlimited mimosas. Super
that's so cool.
spectacular.
Okay.
Yeah. How many people are watching?
What's your favorite meal that you had today?
Well, this was my favorite meal.
No, I mean,
but I
what
had
did you have?
the margarita pizza,
Yeah.
and I also had the mushroom omelet. I was super hungry.
Oh, very cool.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys. All right.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy it. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I found it. Oh, where I found it.
Someone went to the bathroom.
They're my friends over there. They're all live, streaming and live. I told them to do this super fantastic. And then I had and bottom.
You can find Urbanist Exploring Cities.
Exploring City.
Yeah, Urbanist.
What platform are you using? Is it
YouTube and Facebook.
is there live streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
Very, very good.
All right, do you hide the location that you're eating at? Is there being a location that you're eating?
I do until I think.
I'm sitting right behind you.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait,
Live stream is
you're doing a review, but you're not saying where you are. So confused, right?
Yeah. I would trust you. Yeah.
So you might not even watching the
So I can even use those because I like concentrating on the videos.
like exactly what you're.
Yeah.
Do you have like a general like I have to eat like this kind of meal or cuisine?
What do you mean?
Like do you have to have like a protein or like a salad or like
Oh,
you need to like review certain elements?
ideally, I like to show as much as possible.
Okay.
You know what I should have done?
I just forgot the last name. Put your hat on the other direction. Just excuse me. Do you guys recall what Taxi is again? Excuse me? Do you guys recall what?
Oh, it was like I explore food of the world or something like that. I couldn't tell you exactly. It has the word explore in it. So, yeah. So no, thank you. He probably does. I'm not quite cool enough to know all that stuff.
Well, you did get in there, so you're very so. He has no shame. Just
You're more viral, man.
That's
I
different.
support it.
Oh, I didn't fit mine. That's not me. It's my phone. I mean, I put my car away, but I signed mine late.
I'm down. I'm gonna meet up with my cousin in probably like an hour.
So we have more drinks. Should we get to like a bar like nearby? No. I'm saying I'm good with hanging around. For design, I want to hang out with him for a couple hours.
Yeah. You want to go now or you want to go before?
No. What I'm saying is I'm good with hanging out here, but maybe my
Enjoy the rest of your meal. Have a good day. So here's the restaurant. It's called Kota, like panna cotta, Kota. It's amazing food. Thank you so much. Yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh my God, what did we, oh, what's happening here? The storm has come. Uh-oh. They were talking about you when you went to the bathroom. Yeah, they were. Yeah, Lily, I heard. They had no idea why I said that's the name of my video. It's a bit hard to hear sometimes. Oh, it's still raining. Ooh, it's cold. Oh my God. Don't let the wind take you, says Bella. I'll try not to. It's freezing. Oh, with this wind. Oh, that's so cold. Where's your printed sweater? What is printed on your sweater? I'll show it to you in a bit. Oh, but it's so cold. It's so windy. Will there be a tornado on the, I'm not sure. I missed the thunderstorm. Yeah, I mean, I did it on purpose. So Kota, okay. So yeah, it's located at Columbus Avenue and 85th. I'll show you the front. Kota. Someone can write down the address right now so people can see it. The guy was overhearing my conversation, the guy who was talking the entire time. He heard me saying that I don't mention the name of the restaurant. He was so curious as to why. Kota, everyone. Highly recommend it. Actually had a really awesome time in there. Great service, very nice people who were providing the service. The food was excellent in my opinion. Great classic Italian American fare. But I think what really wins this place is sit inside and go to the upstairs. The upstairs is really special, very romantic. So I highly recommend it. Now you need to snuggle up. I think today is the snuggle kind of day. So it's cold. It's freezing. Yeah, so it's because of all the wind. That's why. All right. I'm gonna show you a little bit walking around. I think I have a little bit more battery left. Is this where you filmed the wedding, says Ludo? No, the wedding was filmed in Brooklyn. It's not filmed here. Not in Manhattan. Southern Brooklyn. Thank you, everyone. Let me put this down. Thank you, moderators and everyone else. I'll leave it up. Write it down. Right in front, there's actually Mahmoud's Falafel opened up here. Great, fast, casual falafels. Really great prices as well. They don't charge too much for the falafel sandwiches. Mahmoud's Falafel. Still raining. Aw, still raining. They have decent prices. Sharing is caring, even though you didn't share any of the food, says Joseph. I share the experience of the food. I share the lovely descriptions I have. It's a form of sharing. Panajotis.
Sorry, do you mind? Let's just walk into this coffee shop right here. It's gonna be a 5 minute.
Someone said I should change my name to Action Man. Oh, it's Joe. Hey, Joe. Joe. Welcome. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Depends on if you're watching from the US. All right. There we go. Good. Exactly what I needed. Note to self, buy a stronger umbrella. Do you have a cap or some sort? I don't have any covering. I did not think it was me. Oh, that's terrible. Hey, Joe says, nice seeing you. Whew. Ah, so cold. So what did anyone try to steal the camera? Did anyone attempt to chat you guys up while I was at taking a commercial break? Wish you would get a better umbrella. I think I might. I think it's time to invest in a proper umbrella. I haven't done so in quite a while, but I think it's time.
More than I expected.
So that, this windy storm basically has made a death sentence for all the leaves still on the trees. They're getting bare super quickly today. Oh, look how gorgeous the beautiful trees are. Marina says, no, we were loaded to protect. Thank you so much, Marina, for keeping an eye out on the camera. I appreciate that. Temps are going to dip. I think they are. Susie.
It's still kind of raining. Yeah, it's not.
The proper umbrella should cover the whole body. I think it should. Who was this? Oleg. Go to any Walgreens and tell them you left your black umbrella. And there you go to their lost and found, and that's how you begin your collection. Who was this? MB. MB is the genius. So MB has a genius tip for everyone out there. Let's share it with the world. All right, let's seek refuge. Don't go. No. All right. That's a fail. Time to go to the subway. If I could turn off this umbrella. All right, everyone. Time to fly. Let's go. We're making a remake of Mary Poppins. It's called Michael Poppins. All right, this umbrella is dying. Wait, oh no, it's raining too much. Okay.
Is there? Maybe you want to sit here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll have an espresso, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all, yeah. Just...
Is it to stay or to go?
To stay.
Oh, to stay? Can
Yeah.
I see vaccination?
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah.
Thanks. Okay.
How long has About been here?
Well, I just started working, so I'm
Yeah.
not really sure.
Oh, yeah, no
But,
worries. They used to be down in Soho, that's why I asked. But they
Yeah,
closed down recently,
yeah.
which I'm a bit sad to see them go. But nice to see them up here.
Yeah. There's also a location in Midtown also.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you know where in Midtown?
Yeah, 39th? 39th between 7th and 8th.
Okay, cool. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too. That's so cool. All right. Too windy to be outside. I'm whiplashed with the rain droplets. Coffee on me, my friend. Oh, Joe, thank you so much. Everyone, round of hearts to Joe. Thank you so much, Joe. Feel better, and thank you so much for the coffee. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, coffee on Joe, everyone. Joe, a cup of Joe on Joe. Cheers. That's great. So, I would walk around more, but it's intense wind, which is not good for the gimbal. Not the best with the gimbal. The gimbal starts malfunctioning on winds this rough. Joe, what a legend, says. But I'm glad we found a very comfy coffee shop. Henry says coffee on Joe. Yes, Joe, coffee on him. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Joe. It's not good for your hair either. Now it's sun showers. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit sunny, but it seems it's still raining. Let's visit an umbrella store, or Macy's, says Ludo. We're a bit far away from Macy's. I'm not sure what's a good umbrella store. No, I don't see any of them here. Let me know what's a good umbrella store. Henry says, that sounds catchy. Cup of Joe on Joe. Yes, cup of Joe on Joe. The wind brought Ariel to the store. It did. I'm not going to walk around anymore on this super windy day. It's too fierce. It's the spirit of Beyonce. Beyonce's somewhere in New York City right now, very angry at Jay-Z. And hence we have this sudden windstorm. It's fierce. Esfiel says, I got a great one at TJ Maxx. Ooh, cool. Try getting an anti-windy one. I think I will, yeah. I think it's time. It's time to get a proper umbrella. I tried buying this mini one because this is a good one for kind of always keeping your bag. I'll show you. I think I destroyed it because of the wind. But yeah, it's a nice tiny little umbrella. I see the sun coming out where you are. Yeah, it's coming up, but the wind is still crazy strong. Any travel plans, says Moon? Not yet, stay tuned. Well, I do want to travel somewhere soon. Buy a rain jacket, do away with umbrellas. Rain jackets would be nice, but I still have to protect my gimbal, my camera. So that's why I still use a umbrella from time to time. Oh, I want you to get a decent one, please, says Wendy. Oh, no, don't worry, I will. Your jacket from Ireland would be a better choice. It's not, it's too warm for that jacket I bought in Ireland. That jacket in Ireland is very, very thick. That would be for a lot of rain, or if it's cold. It's a bit too warm right now for that jacket. So for anyone who's asking, I bought a very big blue rain coat made out of wool on the outside. And it has a really cool style, but it's too thick. Get a Fulton umbrella. You have TJ Maxx near Columbus Square, says Elaine. Indeed I do. So I think this is a perfect opportunity to write some postcards in a beautiful coffee shop as the wind continues to blast through New York City. Do you see walking commuter got chased by an unhappy man in the stream? Oh no, Moon. That's sad to hear. That sucks. New York City is a weird place. How about an umbrella hat? Would not be sufficiently big enough to cover my camera because I'm usually holding the camera. Get a Fulton umbrella. Me and the Queen use them. Ooh, what's a Fulton umbrella, Helen? I will look into that. We have the INSIG plane. One tip, anti-windy ones have more structural support from the inside. Thank you so much, Panajotas. Yeah, you're right. I've used anti-windy ones before. I know what you mean. What's your next travel plan? Yeah, you did not have to get an umbrella today, says Adam. With a little brown ring. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mater wants a coffee stain along with Inkspire Life for the postcards, which I have in my bag right now. Get an umbrella assistant, says Ludo. Just have someone like carry the umbrella, a valet, a personal valet on my videos. We don't bother with umbrellas in the UK. Most of them just get soaked. I know what you mean, but with the camera, umbrella is a bit more handy. Wendy is going to lend you her newspaper umbrella, says George. UK travel, says Wendy. Oh yeah. Buy a hat with a strap on it for windy days. That'd be a smart idea, Helen. These Saturday afternoon tours are great. What kind of thing do you like to do most? Books, movies, music, or tours like this, says Papado. I love making videos about travel and exploration. It's probably the thing I enjoy the most right now. I am a filmmaker, so I also enjoy making films. Right now I'm working on a travel fashion mini documentary. But yeah, I really love making live videos. I sometimes write, but I actually rather be outside than writing. I will lend you the lampshade that I have on my head, says Shaky Dave, after a few beers to use for umbrella. Hey Shaky Dave, nice to see you here. Dress up like Gordon Fisherman. Paul, trust me, I really want to find that classic yellow rain jacket for men. I have not been able to find a classic yellow raincoat. I would love that. Freddie Mercury wanted to be a fashion designer. Cool, says George. You can come to Germany, film me my wedding, and visit your friend in Ulm, says Janina. You're looking for a wedding filmmaker, Janina? That's freelance work. And MB says a sticker jacket. Oh, is that what's the name is? The yellow raincoat? Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. This is great espresso. Really enjoy it. Good espresso. Typical American style espresso. The lady's photobombing. Indeed she is. Get a waterproof gimbal, says Alan. I don't think those have been invented yet. And then iPhones are supposed to be waterproof, but still run at the risk. Apple does not cover any water damage, so gear, even though it's waterproof, is still not fully waterproof. Your stream blew me away, says Inkspire Life. So Inkspire Life, Kay, many others, Panajote, many others are super urbanists. So feel free to become a super urbanist. Allows me to stream from places like this where there's NSYNC playing, or before it was Of Monsters and Men. Allows me to show you food places spontaneously, show you attractions and cool landmarks to visit, and also different cities around the world. So feel free to become a patron, and also to get around to all these places, and data service. So all that helps out the show and helps it continue to grow and show you very interesting things in the future. And Mega Urbanist, $20 above or more on Patreon or on YT, pressing that join button, end up getting a postcard. We end up getting a new Mega Urbanist. I'm not sure if you have it public, so big welcome to that new Mega Urbanist. Thank you so much. If you do become a super urbanist or a Mega Urbanist and want to be anonymous, do let me know ahead of time. Otherwise I'll just assume that it's public. So everyone, thank you so much. Someone is throwing kissy lips at you. Who was it? Was it the woman that was photobombing earlier? Says Veronica. It happens. New York is a weird place. You'll be very famous someday. Says FHL, more than you are now. Very talented, great tours. Thank you so much, FHL. That means a lot. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. See you every single Wednesday and Saturday at 1 p.m. until further notice. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye from windy New York. Bye-bye.